So to build computer vision systems, especially with the in-cabin environment, requires a lot of data. This data has to be captured within the in-cabin environment, representing a spectrum of individuals, behaviors, and car cabin interiors, and also a variety of locations and sensor types. It's a very difficult process to capture this data from the real world. What synthesis does, it brings synthetic data. We use technologies from the visual effects industry, coupled with generative AI to create this data on demand in a photorealistic, perfectly labeled fashion. What we've seen over the last few years since we started really working with the in-cabin solution providers is a greater reliance on synthetic data. So it allows them to build these systems more efficiently, but also ensures that they have a broader coverage of all the different edge cases, the demographics, and all the environmental and behavioral aspects to make these systems robust and as safe as possible for everyone. Absolutely. I think, again, the goal with anything that you do with building AI systems is predicated around data and how diverse and how high quality that data is. So what we're doing with our latest releases is really broadening the capabilities of creating that data. So now we have over 100,000 unique 3D models of humans spanning demographics, meaning that the systems that you build using our synthetic data are going to be more inclusive, they're going to have less bias, and going to be representative of different demographics, skin tones, body shapes and sizes, ages, all these things that you want your systems to work for everybody, and that's a really key aspect. The other big advancement in our latest releases is a broadening of behaviors, not only for drivers, but also for occupants, enabling folks to simulate key driver behaviors, such as fatigue, sleepiness, interactions with objects like cell phones, and occupant behavior such as children in the vehicle or others who may distract the driver in this situation. So the broadening of our suite, it really matches the latest requirements for Euro and NCAP. We want to build these more safe and resilient systems, and that's really where we're headed toward. It's a wonderful question. With any new technology, obviously it requires awareness and education, so people understand how to best use these new technologies to augment their current capabilities. When we started with synthetic data, obviously there was a lot of skepticism that could fake data replace real data, and could it be as effective? So one of the first things we did, which I recommend for all the listeners here, is first pick up our book. We wrote this book on synthetic data that really highlight the technical ways of creating synthetic data and also using them to create these models. And in addition to that, we're continuing to build out our capabilities, but best visualized here in some of these visual shots, bringing together some high quality cinematic visual effects with generative AI to be able to create data at scale. I think the best way for folks to really understand synthetic data is to start using synthetic data. We offer all types of different frameworks to get people started, and what we find is once people understand the utility and the speed and the efficiency gains with synthetic data, it's a great augmentation to what they're doing today. So one of the key things with any AI system, especially when it's focused around humans, is to make sure there's no bias in the AI system. Bias comes from a result of not having representative data. If the data that you're using to train your models doesn't represent people of different demographics, skin tones, body shapes and sizes, those systems are going to be biased. Now, historically, this means underrepresented minorities, typically, the systems perform differentially and not as well. So I think one way to ensure more inclusive and bias-free kind of models is to use synthetic data. Synthetic data allows you to explicitly define the distributions of data that you're using. Part of our core of our system and one of our key focus areas from day one was really to ensure that we had representative digital humans within our system. So when we're creating our digital human scenarios and simulations for the in-cabin, you can choose from 100,000 unique representative identities spanning a lot of the core demographics of these systems. So we're very much focused on ensuring the best quality data and the most inclusive data, and synthetic data is a really great way of approaching that. Yeah, I've been in the AI and computer vision space for many, many years, and I think what anybody will tell you in this space is that data sucks. Obtaining representative data to build these systems and ensuring they're robust is very, very complicated and timely. Especially in cabin environments where you have to span the geometries of vehicles, the different types of camera locations. I think there's 100 different types of sensors just here on display today that you have to be robust against. So it's a very, very difficult task. Synthetic data is created to enable folks to create the data on demand, using technologies from the visual effects industry and generative AI to turn a data problem into an advantage, essentially being able to create robust on-demand data to solve our hardest AI problems.